Cadence of Conflict, Asia, April 10, 2017. Xi Jinping's poker face waned. He's not happy, though the reasons elude most Western readers. Though not democratic, Xi is a politician. He must balance wisdom with pleasing the veiled powers that overshadow the goings-on of China. Those powers won't hesitate to give the axe to any leader who fails to deliver on their expansionist ambitions. Xi has fought corruption and sought infrastructure. Xi was gaining momentum. Now, the U.S. and Russia are rumbling in both of China's backyards, weeks after Xi announced that, where military tech is concerned, China needs to play catch-up or become catch-up. This can't be good for Xi's inside politics with Chinese elections approaching. Trump certainly isn't pulling any punches. Striking Syria while dining with China's chairman wasn't unintentional. Remember, Trump has dealt with the Chinese on many occasions. Xi is difficult to read, except to say his rehearsed Asian smile is waning. A micron might as well be a mile on an Asian smile. In the weeks ahead, remember that Xi is half himself and half the hidden hand that controls all that goes on in China. That's true of every Chinese president. In all this, Xi met with Trump, and all went well. No matter when or how Xi's career closes, no matter what his true ambitions were, China will go on, and history will remember Chinese President Xi as the builder of bridges, inroads, aircraft carriers, and islands. Xi wanted to remind the U.S. of its capitalist values. Don't blame others for your problems. Yet, China clearly doesn't share those values. Neither does North Korea, the stray dog that has adopted the doorstep at China's northern backyard. From China's vantage point, North Korea is a nuisance and an excuse for an unwelcome U.S. presence. Kim dynasty narcissism has overplayed and pushed the envelope with Beijing. Watch for Chinese heads of state to bark, then look the other way, much how the U.S. does when Israel responds to Palestine. So, why is the media announcing and discussing the possibilities of dealing with North Korea? True military tactics never make it on television unless the reporter finds himself accused of a frivolous-like sexual crime and holes up in an Ecuadorian embassy to avoid extradition for espionage. It's discussion on U.S. military options like we saw over North Korea this week that makes it difficult for a U.S. prosecution of WikiLeaks founder Julian Espionage Assange to seem believable from any angle. Assassination, nuke-up, or surgical strike are only media talking points to make the greater point. Knock it off or else. Assassinations are illegal for the U.S. according to the U.S. own law, viz. Executive Order 12333. It is doubtful, even in Trump's stock-up on signing pens, that he plans to wipe out that order for North Korea alone. If he does, Assad is his next target, and Kim was just an excuse. The U.S. hopes to finish this situation in Korea before a nuclear buildup has time to grow moss. So does China. A nuke-up won't be grand strategy. An internal strike inside North Korea would elicit an avalanche. Anti-Iraq II Donald J. Trump won't want to create another vacuum. A surgical strike would be an assist to something else. What's really going on? Don't think for 1 second that the media does know, or that CIA doesn't. There's a joker in the North Korean deck, and it's stacked to favor the West. We'll just have to keep watching. The cadence of conflict already seen in the Pacific.